There's a force in the market so many shy away from: volatility, the wild swings that make hearts race and cause most investors to panic, paralyze, and lose. It's the scary monster under every couch in the investing world, the enemy whispering that risk means ruin. But this fear is the very thing that hedge funds live for. The question is, why do hedge funds see opportunity where everyone else sees chaos? Why do they play a game that terrifies so many and still come out on top? The answer is brutal but simple. Hedge funds don't just survive volatility, they hunt it, they embrace it, they use it as a weapon while others run scared. They understand a secret most never learn. When the crowd is terrified, when chaos reigns, that's where the game changes. That's where the rules bend. That's where the real power lies. This isn't luck. It's a mindset, a discipline, a relentless hunger to see beyond the noise and chaos, to find patterns where others find only madness. Think about your own experience. Those gut-wrenching moments in the market when your portfolio drops just because someone tweeted a scare, a headline screams doom, or a sudden sell-off rocks the entire system. Years of labor can evaporate in days or hours. It's cruel and unfair, but it's the brutal reality for everyone who walks the path alone, playing by the rules of fear and safety. For every second you hesitate, millions more get swallowed by that trap. The question is, are you trapped or are you hunting? Hedge funds don't play defense. They attack from the chaos. They use volatility like a finely tuned machine, exploiting every jitter, every tremor, every freak event, because they built systems that don't just survive panic, they profit from it. And here's the raw truth. This isn't something you stumble into. It's not magic or guesswork. It's a masterclass in understanding complexity without drowning in it. One of the first steps they take is to stop fearing volatility and start modeling it. They know exactly how prices jump, how fear pulses through markets, how panic creates opportunity. Instead of pretending volatility is a monster to run from, they treat it like a map, a set of signals to read and act on. Every spike, every crash is a doorway. This is done by using derivatives, options, and complex instruments, not to gamble blindly, but to lock in outcomes others can't even imagine. This is where many stop. Complexity scares them. But here's the truth. The market is complex. Anyone chasing safety will ultimately be crushed by surprise. It's the ones mastering the chaos, mastering volatility, who rise on waves others fear to approach. If you want to thrive, you have to learn to dance with the storm, not wait for it to pass. And this is where the emotional core takes hold. You know that feeling of being stuck, watching the market move against you, feeling powerless. The tension inside, the gnawing dread that your biggest opportunity passed you by while you were immobilized by doubt. That feeling is torture. But what if that feeling could flip? What if that tension was fuel? What if fear was the trigger that launched you to a vantage point others only dream of? The hedge fund mindset is not about playing small. It's not about following the flock into safe pastures. It's forged in the fire of volatility, where every move counts, every second can be either a breaking point or a breakthrough. They do this because they have systems built to operate in these explosive moments. These systems aren't about luck, they're about design, about being the only ones at the table who can read the rules while others scramble for cover. Here's a brutal secret most never whisper. Markets crave disruption. They thrive on change. Volatility, for all its terror, is the heartbeat of real opportunity. The fundamental mistake everyone makes is thinking they're safe by running away from the storm. But safety is an illusion. True security lies in mastering the very thing everyone else fears, the storm itself. How do hedge funds do this? With preparation so deep, it borders on obsession. They understand market psychology like warriors understand terrain. They use real-time data, not found on regular feeds, but crafted from alternative sources, from dark pools to sentiment analysis, to insider sentiment, to the hidden flow of cash that whispers where markets will go before prices reflect it. With this knowledge, they layer strategies, hedging here, leveraging there, always with a protective bundle that can absorb shocks. They don't just bet on direction, They build portfolios that thrive in any scenario by exploiting volatility itself. They twist complex financial tools, option spreads, volatility swaps, variance caps, into armor and swords. While the average investor loses sleep over every dip, hedge funds position to feast on that dip. The swings that bring shivers to most are gold to them. Here's what cuts hardest for many investors: the feeling of exclusion, of being locked out from this elite playbook. Hedge funds operate in a world most never see, a world where volatility is not a threat, but a resource to harvest. This isn't luck or magic. It's a different mindset, a different language. But it's not a fortress built with gates only for the chosen. It's a system built for those willing to learn, to challenge, to rise above the noise and confusion. If you want to harness this power, you have to shed illusions, especially the illusion that system and comfort equal safety. The real safety is in sovereignty, in owning your will and your strategy. It's about being ruthlessly critical, questioning every assumption of easy, every whisper that conformity brings progress. The reality is, comfort is the cage where potential withers. So stop chasing the dream of calm markets. That world never existed. What you can claim is control over your reaction, control over your angle in this complex jungle. That control begins with understanding that volatility is not chaos, it's a language. And when you speak it fluently, you don't just survive market turmoil, you become one of the few who rise on it. You become one who owns the game others lose. This transformation isn't a trick or an overnight fix. It's a journey into the deeper layers of market behavior, into refined tools, into mastered psychology. But the payoff is enormous. Freedom from the panic loop, clarity in chaotic times, opportunity in moments everyone else hides. And beyond personal gain lies something bigger: the chance to be part of a movement that refuses to be pawns of broken systems. A movement where misaligned brilliance aligns, where rare minds connect and forge new paths. Hedge fund alpha is more than money. It's a code for those who dare to transcend the usual, to reject passivity, to embrace the edge. Those edges where progress lives, where volatility is not a villain, but a spark, where you don't just survive the storm, you command it. This moment, this tension shaking the markets, is your call to arms. Will you stay frozen in fear? Or will you learn to exploit volatility as the tool of transformation it truly is? The path is clear. Embrace the chaos, master the tools, rethink your place in this wild system. In that choice lies power not given. It's taken. It's earned. It's why hedge funds keep winning while others keep losing. Because in the end, volatility is freedom's noisy herald, and those who learn to harness it become unstoppable.